F1 content creator DURK Chocolate threatened us with legal action. You can see here in this email, comply with our requests, we'll pursue all available legal remedies, a formal complaint, seek damages, avoid any further legal actions. We've got this really strong email from DURK Chocolate, the F1 content creator, which is unheard of in the sim racing space. I think this is a really sad day for sim racing, by the way. Really sad day. Let me know what you think in this video. We ran the GT Creator Series. This was a series for GT creators, content creators to come together and race. Everyone was streaming their broadcast. You know, you guys and girls absolutely loved it. It was insane for the community. And within, I think, a few days of running that, we got this letter from DURK Chocolate. But when we examined it, we found that DURK Chocolate had applied for the registered trademark on the same day he sent the email, on the 27th of June. So in the email he said, I own the trademark for this, blah, 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 blah. And we looked at it, it was applied for on 27th of June. We got the email 27th of June, and it's under examination. It's not granted. So this is a really interesting scenario. I think it says a lot about DURK Chocolate. I've got to be honest, I never watched any DURK Chocolate content. I didn't even know who he was before I got this email. I've never heard him speak. I don't know what he sounds like. I went back here with just some very clear things to ask for, like, you know, what is the copyright you say we're infringing, because he's talked about DMCA. You know, where is your registered trademark? You know, can you give us the information on this so we can work it out? If he comes out and says, look, I put the wrong number in, this is a registered trademark that I own, that's a bit different. But if you put in a letter, say, this is a trademark I own, but I applied for it today and don't actually own it yet, I've just applied examination, it's a bit different. So we're now in the situation where DURK Chocolate set a 14-day By the way, this is a sad day for sim racing, really sad day for sim racing, because I've been involved in sim racing community like way before I was doing YouTube, and it's such a collaborative space, and our community is so collaborative. Over 3,000 people in Discord, 50,000 people on this channel, so much collaboration, so much support. A lot of you watching will know that, you know, all of the open lobbies and stuff. And this sort of attempt to monopolize or say this is my ground and no one else can play here, I think that sort of stuff I think is sad. So when it comes to creator series, you know, even leaving aside what we just talked about with what is the copyright, you know, where is the registered trademark, where are these things, we can work it out. Just doing that, I think, says a lot. You know, it's a bit like if I wanted to trademark open lobbies or daily racing or, you know, multiplayer lobbies or career mode, I don't know, what do they call it, you know, career championship or the story modes that people do. If I wanted to carve that out, which I would never ever think about doing, it's just, it makes sim racing less collaborative. And this is indicative of, I don't know, big business involved, or is this just the mentality of creators these days? Rather than coming together as we did in the GT Creator Series, this seems to be, you know, establishing boundaries. So we've got this deadline, 14-day deadline. I went back within the deadline and said, look, can you give me more information, as you've seen in this video? We haven't heard back from DURK Chocolate. I'm not sure he knows what he's doing, to be honest. He talks about DMCA. What is the copyright? Can copyright subsist in something as short as Creator Series? Who authors it? Who owns it? You know, what is the boundary of registered trademark? What about existing use of Creator Series? Plenty of other things on YouTube called Creator Series. It's a series of things around creators. Very, very, very descriptive. You know, what about, you know, there's an unjustified threats regime in the UK. If you send unjustified threats about IP rights that you don't really own, there can be consequences for that. You know, it can all get quite serious. I'm not sure he really knows. But then we're left in the situation where we want to get on and run the GT Creator Series. We want to keep doing that. We want to keep bringing entertainment for you for free. We want to keep bringing the community together in Gran Turismo. But then we've got this letter. That's all we heard from officially. So what goes on? Are they worried that they won't get their trademark because the GT Creator Series exists? Could that be it? Just because, you know, factually it happened before they had registered their trademark? Because remember, the GT Creator Series ran before DURK Chocolate applied for his trademark. So there was use of GT Creator Series before the trademark was applied for. So when the UK Intellectual Property Office examines DURK Chocolate's application, will he look at the other existing uses of Creator Series, not just GT Creator Series, but all the other ones from GoPro and who else, and say, oh, sorry, you can't have a trademark here because there's so many people using it already? I don't know. I don't know. And surely Gran Turismo is just a different space from F1. I didn't even know who DURK Chocolate was. Never watched any of his streams, never watched his YouTube or anything. So, you know, what do we do? I really want to hear from you, because you guys and girls have been insane. I think we've gone back very sensibly and said, look, we need to understand a little bit more about the rights that you actually own here. So if you can just clarify what rights you own, then we can make a decision. That seems quite fair. We're not really causing them any damage. I mean, the GT Creator Series doesn't make any money, so, you know, it's an interesting thing. Dirt Chocolate talked about it as a product. This is definitely not a product. It's not something that we are selling. It's something that we are just streaming for free across a variety of platforms. It's very much a community thing. It's not some massive product that we're trying to incorporate and sell. And I think that's kind of sim racing, right? Sim racing, think of, you know, all of the collaborative, think of just like an iRacing who do the 24-hour races. It's all kind of just fun and like messing around with your mates. And, you know, when you sign up to iRacing with your 24-hour team name, you don't expect to get a letter saying, oh, you can't run an iRacing with that team name because, you know, blah, 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 I'm going to do. It's just, I don't know, man. I just kind of, I don't know what to, I really want to hear from you, because, you know, DURK Chocolate hasn't replied to our message. So maybe it's sort of hitting home that, hey, you know, come on, you can't just write a letter. I don't know if the letter was auto-generated or something. Doesn't look like they applied for the trademark through a lawyer, by the way. So yeah, that's kind of a risky thing to do, because you might have to keep going back to the UK IPO and providing them evidence, and, you know, there's all this stuff about not making bad faith applications and this kind of stuff. You know, people can oppose the registration. So it's, you know, it's kind of serious. If you want to go into IP, it's kind of serious stuff, IP. I know a little bit about intellectual property, just a little bit. And it can take years to kind of not even master, years to just get across intellectual property. So I want to hear from you. What should we do about the F1 content creator DURK Chocolate, who sent us that email and said, stop doing the GT Creator Series, and in fact, I think he said just change everything. Should we change it to the GT Creators Series? Maybe that's what we should do. Would that be okay for DURK Chocolate? GT Creators Series? Or maybe GT's Creators Series? Or maybe GT's Creators Series? Maybe that one. Let me know in the comments what you think. I really want to hear from you, because just a madness, isn't it? And I'll see you very soon.